Today, let's start with the Java Mongo connectivity practical. For Java Mongo connectivity practical, you require the softwares like Eclipse, the Eclipse Mars or Luna version or Kepler version, then Java JDK 1.6 or above version. You have machine should be ready installed with MongoDB, and you require a driver called as the MongoDB Java driver. You can download the MongoDB Java driver from from Google. Now in Eclipse, you have to follow this step. So I will directly show you that steps, how to do that. But before running a program, you require to start a MongoDB. So first, go to command prompt. As I have installed MongoDB, so here I am using like cd MongoDB, then cd bin. After that, in a MongoDB bin folder, you have to create, like this is a MongoDB folder after installation. I have created one folder. You can give any name to this folder. You have to create this folder under bin, and the name of that folder you have to give here. If you are working in a Windows, then you have to follow this step where I have written MongoD space dash dash storage e capital engine equal to mmapv1 space dash dash db path and the name of the folder. मतलब इसमें हम बता रहे हैं कि जो डेटा स्टोर होने वाला है डेटाबेस का हर डेटा जो है वो इस फोल्डर के अंदर स्टोर होने वाला है. So once you do that, here your server has been started on port 27017. Remember the port number 27017. So here the server is started and he is waiting for the connection. Now the second step is, I'm just minimize this. Second step is start the Eclipse. Here I have like installed downloaded the Eclipse mass. So create your workspace and your Eclipse will get started. You require the jar file of Mongo Java connector to run this practical. So here in Eclipse, click on File. Okay, first time it requires some time for Eclipse to start. Okay, so now our Eclipse has been started. Here there are two perspectives are there, Java EE and Java. We have to click on Java EE perspective because we are just making a simple Java application. Click on File, New and Java project. If you don't find here a Java project name, then you can click on a project and you can find out here the Java folder and in that Java project. Then click on next, give the name of the project. Suppose I have given here name Java-Mongo. Then click on next and then finish. So here our Java-Mongo folder has been created. Now right click on that folder name and again click on new and class file because we have to write down a Java code. So you require a class file. You can give any name, like suppose I have given here Java Mongo, one name I have given. Now it is a console based program. So I have click here like public static void main. I require this. It should automatically, it will going to automatically come when I click that. So here you can see the class of the same program name is created and public static void main. I am just removing this comment. Now the third step, before writing a code, again right click on your Java Mongo. I have to give the connector path here. So for giving the connector path, that is .jar path, right click on your project name, then click here on build path. In that configure build path, Here you will find out there are 4 tabs are there. Click on the tab called as the libraries. In that again you will find out number of buttons are there. You have to click on add external jar button. So once you click here, you have to go to the folder where you have copy your or downloaded your Java Mongo driver. So here I have downloaded the Mongo-Java-driver 2.1.2.2. You can download any of the version. Okay, so 2 के ऊपर वाला वर्जन आप लो. इसको मैंने क्लिक किया है. ओके, इट इज एंड एग्जीक्यूटेबल जार फाइल. जैसे आप ओके प्रेस करोगे, so that jar file has been added. Now click on apply and then click on OK. So here it is used when you want to use any of the packages of Mongo in the Java, you require this jar file. Now here you have to import the file name as com.mongo. Yeah, first time it gave you some kind of error, just click on OK. Okay, again delete that dot and give the dot again, and now click com.mongodb. Okay, now any of the MongoDB class object you can use, which is available in this package com.mongodb.star. Now, whatever the connectivity practical, it can be a Java Mongo or Java MySQL. Always you have to write down the code in a try and catch block. So I have written here try. Okay, so starting and ending यहाँ पे automatically starting and closing bracket आ गया है. Now catch. Again जैसे मैं स्टार्टिंग का ओपनिंग ब्रैकेट एंड इंटर प्रेस करूंगी, एंडिंग ब्रैकेट आ जाता है. ओके, सो ट्राई एंड कैच का ब्लॉक बन गया. इन कैच राइट डाउन exception E. It is used to catch the exception if it is coming runtime. Then here E dot print stack trace and okay. So here are structure of program is now ready. Now we have to write down the code in a try block. So very first, like we have started here the Mongo server, I have to now connect them to the Mongo client. So for that you have to write down here the code like Mongo client. Suppose I have given like Mongo 1, any name you can prefer for Mongo client, equal to new Mongo client. And here you have to pass the 2 parameters. One is the location where the Mongo server is reside. As Mongo client and Mongo server, I am running on the same machine. So here I am using the word that is localhost. That is, I am telling client and server both are on my same machine. And here I have to give the port number where the server is listening to the client request. Here I have already told that server is listening for the waiting for connection on port 27017. So here go and give the port 27017 and semicolon. So here our Mongo client is created. Now second we have to create a database. So for that DB, give the name like suppose DB1 equal to, we have to create that database in a client side. So I will write down the name of client, that is Mongo 1 dot. Here after giving a dot, the first method you have to use is get DB and give the database name. So here I have given the database name as suppose DB1. If this database is already available in your MongoDB, it is just directly connected. If it is not available at your client side, it is going to create that database for you. Now next we have to create a collection in that database. So DB and collection, give the name any to this object. That is, I have created object called as COLL for creating a collection. Now I have to create this collection under this database. So for this database, I have given the name as DB1. You can give any name here. This name and this name should not be same. It is not necessary to give the same name. So here you can use any other name. So here, whatever the name you are using, it should be similar to this one. So DB1 dot, and first method you have to use, that is create collection. Give the name of collection. Suppose I have given here the name as stud, or we can use the name as, suppose, student in double quote, and here we have to pass like null and semicolon. So after that, your collection will be created in database DB1. Now we have to perform 2 to 3 operations, like to insert the data in a collection, then to display the data from collection, and to remove the data from collection. So first let's start with how to insert the data in a collection. So here I'm just adding a comment like inserting a data in collection. So for that you have to require a code is like basic. When you write down some word, just press Ctrl and space bar. It will give you the number of methods which are starting with that keyword. So here I have to go with a basic DB object. Give any name. Suppose I have given here a name as D1 equal to new. Again, I have just returned first some word and control space bar. So I have created one basic DB object. Again, create the same. If I want to insert the 2 records, so here I am using like D2. Give the second document name. Now whatever you want to insert the record, like in MongoDB, every data should be in a key and value pair. Okay, so here I am using a key. Suppose key I have given is a name and comma. Its value is, suppose I have given Monica. After that, again I have to add some more field. So you have to use an append, dot append. Again you can add, like I have to add its suppose roll number, and its value is like 1. So same likewise you can add the data in the second one also, in second document. Now this is a static data, that means I am inserting that data in Java. You can take that data from user also at the runtime. Here suppose I have used the second name is Radhika and roll number as 2. So here our inserting of data has been, I have just created, but now these are only the 2 documents are created. Now I want to insert this documented data into the collection called as code. So here I have to use collection name, that is COLL dot insert and give the document name, that is D1, and likewise again you can insert the second document just by giving the name as D2. Okay, so col is the name of object which is denoting to the collection student. So here our data will be inserted. Now before running this, I am here, like I will start a client side also of MongoDB. So for client side, I just have to press Mongo in a bean. So here the client side has been started. Okay, first I will use show DBS. Okay, so the name of DB1 is already there. Okay, okay, and I will just check out show collections. Okay, so the student table is not available, okay, in a DB1. So we'll check by using this, does it will create the collection that is student, and is it going to insert this record in a DB1. So here I am running this program. Click a Java application. Okay, now program has been done. So I am going at a client side, and again I am using show collections. So here you can see in here the student name is not available, but here the student collection has been added, means created. It is done by Java. Now we'll just check out db dot student dot find. Okay, so you can see here two record has been added, which we have added through Java. The name is Monica and roll number 1, then Radhika and roll number 2. So here the same data has been added in the Mongo client side. Now suppose I want to show this data itself in a Java. Instead of going to the MongoDB and checking that data is inserted or not, I want to check that data is inserted or not in itself in the Java. So here I have to write down a code for displaying the data. Now for displaying data, we have used here command that is find command. So here we have to do the same thing, but for showing a data we require to create a object of db cursor. So here I have to use like db cursor, suppose cursor1 equal to the name. Here for we have to show the data from collection student. So for student collection, the name we have used in the program is COLL dot. The command I have to use is a simple find command. Okay, so after the find command, it is going to take all the records from student table, but I have to show that record one by one on a console base. So for going one by one, we have to use here the while loop. So in a while loop, we have to write down the cursor name, that is cursor1 dot. We are using a method called as has next, जो चेक करेगा कि कर्सर में और डेटा अवेलेबल है कि नहीं. तो जब तक डेटा आता रहेगा तब तक वो डिस्प्ले करता रहेगा. ओके, so here we have to use a while loop. In while loop, I have to show the data. So for displaying a data on a console, we have to use system dot out dot println, and here we have to write down cursor1 dot. The method we have to use is a next method. Has next is a boolean method जो सिर्फ चेक करता है कि डेटा अवेलेबल है या नहीं है, और अगर अवेलेबल है तो उस डेटा को हमको डिस्प्ले करने के लिए यहाँ पे मेथड हम यूज करेंगे नेक्स्ट. नेक्स्ट मतलब नेक्स्ट रिकॉर्ड अवेलेबल है तो नेक्स्ट वाला रिकॉर्ड रीड करो कर्सर से और उसको डिस्प्ले करो. So now we'll run again this code and we'll check out what is happened. Okay, now when I run this, it get run full program. So it will add this to record one more time. Okay, so when I run this, okay, after making a changes, press the Control S always to save the changes and then now run. So now you can see here like I have run this 3 times. So the same record has been added 3 times and the data has been shown in console, Java console. If I go here and type the same command again, you will find out that that 6 record has been also added here. Now suppose I want to remove any record from the database. So again here I am using like I have to give the search query, like which record you want to remove. Suppose I am giving that the student whose name is Monica, I want to remove that record. So here I am using again like basic DB object, and here I have created one object of that equal to new basic DB object, and here I am giving the condition like the record I want to remove should be where the name is, suppose, Monica. So I have to pass this value to the collection dot. The method I have to use is remove, and I will pass the value that is R1. So whatever the value you have given here, it is get stored in R1. Now I am passing this R1 value to the collection, and now it will going to delete that record. But after deleting that record, you again have to show the output on the screen. Okay, so again, to show the output again, you have to use copy this code and paste here. So what it will do, after removing the record, again we are finding the data of collection after removing and showing that data here. Okay, so after again running, you can see that, okay, okay, I have not stored this. See here, star indicate I have made the changes, but I have not saved this. So press Ctrl S, always remember, and then now I have run this. So you can see here, before this, everywhere you will find out Monica and Radhika, but after deletion, only the Radhika value is there. Okay, but now it is very difficult to understand the output. So give some comment before the output. So now here I am giving like for this output is after your inserting a data. So here I am using the keyword like or system.output to give the to tell the output that this is output after inserting document. Okay, and now after removing a document, so here I am giving like a printf statement that output after removing Monica document. Okay, now I am just changing the name of table here from student to student 1, so you can understand the output, ताकि same table में बहुत बार data already add हो गया है, तो इसके लिए I am just giving the name collection, new collection name, that is student 1. Now I am running this. Okay, now you can understand the output very well. So here they have given output after inserting document. तो हमने दो record insert किए थे, तो वो दोनों record यहाँ पे display हो गए हैं. After that, here we have removed one record whose name is Monica, and we are also showing after removing the record the data. So here output after removing Monica, you will find only one record is available in the collection. So here how we have seen like how to insert a record, how to remove a record, and how to display a record. Likewise, you can also use updating a record. So many operations you can perform. So I hope you understood here how to like perform this data. How to perform this practical. Again, same you can check out here from, if I go here and now I am, instead of student1, I have to use, student, I have to use student1. So here you can see after removing the only here the one record has been remaining in our collection. So same is reflected in the MongoDB also. Okay, so now exit from Mongo client, close this. In a server, press Ctrl C, your server is ended. Now close this, and now you can like end this, exit from Eclipse. So I hope you understood the program. Thank you.